The House Doctor has winning ways with halls and living rooms at 8:30. Now, in a change to the programme you might be expecting, the mole is our goal.
Reveal the mole and win the game. A lesson that came too late for Paul. Like everyone, he rose to the challenges. With everyone, he celebrated. £35,000 added to the group's kitty, but his celebrations were short-lived. He was too close to the action, too far from the truth. Back from France, the Seven seem stronger than ever, but in the back of their minds, they all know the score. The mole is still at work. Morning.
Morning.
Well, guys, numbers are getting smaller. The tension's rising. The mole is still amongst you. But as they say, worse things happen at sea. So, today I need you to nominate two of your number that would make good Sea Scouts. You have 15 seconds starting now.
Sea Scouts, I never the sea.
Yeah.
Right, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah?
Time's up. Sea Scouts? John? Ollie? Excellent. Please make your way outside. Your boat is waiting.
See you later.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
Now, for the remaining 5, we have a challenge for you. And it's certainly going to test your sea legs. Talking to you now, Sarah. You're going on a fishing trip. I need you to split yourself into 2 teams. 2 of you will take to the calm waters around Jersey, fishing by dropping pots. The other 3 will take to the high seas, hoping to net the bigger fish. Please choose those teams now. 15 seconds.
Big fish, big fish, big fish. Okay, cool.
Teams, please.
Big fish.
Big fish.
Big fish.
Excellent. Well, Potters, this is your boat over here. And deep sea fishers, this is your boat here. The rules of this challenge are very simple. And if you succeed, it's worth £5,000. Within the next 3 hours, you must catch 7 kilograms of fish between you. The only rules are these. You must catch the fish yourselves, and you must be back here within 3 hours, or the challenge is lost. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
The 2 teams head in separate directions. Zai, David and Jennifer travel 5 miles out to sea. As for John and Oliver, they still don't know where they're going or what they'll be doing. Meanwhile, Joe and Sarah head 1 mile offshore. Perhaps falsely believing the phrase calmer waters meant an easier ride, they face a grueling 3 hours hauling heavy wicker pots all the way from the bottom of the ocean. For the deep sea fishers, it's like a pleasure cruise.
Who's rocking the boat? Rock the boat to the stylistics. I've been working my way back to you.
How many kilograms have you got to catch?
What time is it?
So we want to do 20 of these?
You're nearly there. You'll go on the first one in a minute.
Cool.
John and Oliver have been taken to a remote island, while the others start to strike lucky.
Hey!
2 buttes in there
Already? Fantastic.
Oh! No. Baby!
Go on.
Come on, Zai.
Come on, George.
Come on, Zai.
Get in there, son.
Whoa.
Get in there!
Myself.
Whoa!
I don't mess around, you amateurs.
But there's a serious problem on this boat. No one wants to touch the fish.
I ain't touching him, man. So are you? No. Come on, Dave. It's a team effort, man. Come on, quick.
Here, I'll hold
Come
you.
on. Come on, so are you? Team effort.
How do you get it out? Actually, I've never done this before.
Okay, I'll do it.
What's your
You
hook?
can't hold it by the finger. Come on, man.
At least Sarah's slightly more confident.
Now, will they crawl out, or do we need to wait
They'll be all right in
Can we
there.
get the bait? Let's tap them buggers in. Didn't know it was an old fish fighter, Joe.
No way.
Swear on my life.
You got one already?
Yeah.
Have you?
How much you want to bet? Easy, come back. Come back!
Oh, it's in his eye. Oh. Oh. Ah. No. Oh, it's coming out of his eye. Oh. God.
I ain't doing no more now, you.
Oh.
It must have been Anthony.
Oh, he is in agony. Look at it.
Can we not just kill them? Put them out the misery?
Oh, that's horrible, that.
Yay, you got the lobster. Let's have a look. Go. Well done. Hey!
Finally, John and Oliver are ready to start their challenge. They have to construct an overnight shelter for 5 people, using a few survival essentials.
This looks like the basics.
Another one.
Have you? That's a different time again.
What sort's this one, Zai?
That's the ugly one.
I got one. You have it. It's green, is it?
Oh, it's in his head.
Check the size of it on that one. It's green, though.
Check the size of it.
This is the lobster measure. So it goes between the eye socket, and if it
Like
goes
that.
past that first part of the body shell, it's undersized. So that's well in size, that one, you see?
So if they're undersized, they go back in.
They have to go back in, yes.
I don't know. 25.
25 is there we
It's
go.
legal.
Is it?
Legal or not?
25. Allowed to keep it.
Cool, put it in.
So put it between your legs. Like that. Now, one claw like that. And hold that one, rubber band on. One turn on the knuckle and 2 over the claw.
What the hell?
Come on. Joe. Come on.
Excuse me.
There's nothing in it. Come on, put it in.
No, nothing.
Nothing in that one.
No.
No.
What's going on?
Feels a bit feisty. Yeah, baby. Put over his eyes so he doesn't know what he's doing.
What are you called
Joe,
on
calm
there?
down.
On the potting boat, Joe and Sarah are starting to struggle.
It might keep slipping all the time.
It's not doing anything, is it?
We're not under any help at all.
Oh, we're not, you Joe.
Shouldn't be staying on the box.
Please, please.
Much rather
Provide
than
source help us now.
Go on.
Nearly there.
They battled for 15 minutes to get this pot to the surface,
Get it tied round. Come on.
then appear to let it go, losing a potentially valuable catch.
I actually don't think there was anything in that. Did you see anything?
On the island, John has taken control.
I think we take it off here somehow or other. We make their hut around this rock.
Right, you've got.
Look at this. Look what I've got. Look, it's huge. What is it?
Oh, that's a beauty.
Oh, I've got two!
Oh,
Have you got one, Si?
Oh, go on.
Oh, blimey.
Oh, 'cause mine the daddy. Go on, baby. Good.
What are we going to do?
help.
You have to put your foot on it.
All right.
All right, calm down.
Okay.
I can't take the hooks out of the mouth, I'm sorry. That is not. Si? Oh, hold on.
Ollie, would you do this one for me, please?
Yeah, and these. I can't do that.
I can't.
I can't do it.
I can't.
Yeah, listen.
It'll have to stay here.
David and Jennifer have both said they can't bear to touch the fish.
There's two more here, Si, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. Bring them all on.
So do you want to do this, John?
Well, I'm just sort of having a quiet little think at the moment as to how best to do this. That is... We'll... Oh, f*** it, let's have a drink.
That was the most hardest thing I've ever had to pull in my life.
Time's up. Now they have to return to the port for the weigh-in.
Poor hands.
Well now, my old sea dogs, let's see how you've done. We'll start with the deep sea fisherman. Hang your catch on my hook.
Here's the first look.
That's number one. Let's have a look. What have we got there? 4?
Yeah.
4 kilograms. Well done. Let's go bag number 2. What's that, 2.5?
Yes.
I think so, 6.5. Just half a kilo to go. 7 is your target for £5,000. Come on then, Potters.
Big bucket.
We might have to allow for the bucket. Let's have a look. Wow, look at that. That's almost 6 kilograms. I think you've done it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You did it. 7 was your target. You smashed that target. You win £5,000 for the group's kitty. Congratulations. In fact, you've done so well, I think we'll give you a little extra reward. We're going to take to the waves again, but this time aboard a luxury yacht. We'll do a bit of pleasure cruising, time to relax and unwind. So, all aboard.
They're off on a pleasure cruise, but as the contestants should know by now, on the Mole, pleasure is often followed by pain.
We were told that we'd go for a cruise, so I guess that's another thing that's off lately. People saying one thing and we're doing another thing, so it's good old mind games back in action.
5 contestants are celebrating adding £5,000 to their kitty. The other 2, John and Oliver, have until 7 p.m. to construct a shelter.
It's Ollie and John, wherever they are.
Wherever they are.
That's not my
Roaming around the island or something. You know what I meant?
The little compass.
The little sea scouts.
Ollie and John are building a shelter on an island. They've spent over 90 minutes creating this.
Right.
John!
And then perhaps we can move this whole thing. Instead of having it there,
Give us a hand with this first.
we move it out to here and dig the hole there. Then we've just got to support this pole and put piles of rocks on top of that one. If we put great rocks on top of that, that'll be fine.
The question is, Why does John keep pulling down the shelter? And for that matter, why does Ollie just stand by and let him?
It's because it's all coming together. The idea is there. That's it. That's not too...
They've left themselves less than an hour.
I think what we're trying to do is to provide them with shelter against the wind and any rain, presuming that that is the prevailing wind and that's where the wind and the rain will come from. If we do a little U-turn in the middle of the night and it comes from here, tough. That's not a good start.
Do you think others will appreciate this?
Nope. All right. Time that's gone over there. Not going to be too bad. Right, okay, get rid of that then. Of course, the wind now is coming from... How solid is that?
You done this sort of thing before, John?
Enough for these girls to live in.
Yeah, we're just going a nice 28 knots an hour. It's not bad. Temperature's 12 degrees inside the cabin. We're at a depth of 15 metres, so yeah. Just sit back, love, relax.
I'll let you do all the
let me
work.
driving.
All right.
Let's take this polythene out of the way now, because we know it's the right length. And that's just going to get...
Over to
we'll
your
tear
side.
it.
All right. John, we're making it too small if we put these in the middle. There's no way 5 of them are going to get into it.
Let's see. We don't quite reach the floor here, do we? How the f*** are we going to support this to here? We haven't thought how we're going to support this onto here, then.
Having finished, they decide to loot some of the remaining kit.
We might as well have that for our champagne. I don't need that.
I don't think we really need a stove either.
No, we think we can leave them with the stove.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
I don't think it's too bad.
No, it's good.
Ollie and John appear remarkably content with their efforts.
So, guys, enjoying your cruise? Well, now we have a challenge for you, and it's worth £10,000 if you succeed. We're moored off a group of islands called Les Ecrahos. 2 of you are already on the island, John and Ollie. But the challenge is for you 5. You 5 must spend the night on this island. You will have food. It's the fish you caught earlier. And you will have shelter. You can thank your 2 friends for that. All 5 of you must remain on the island until dawn to win the money. However, there is a way off the island, but it's only for one of you, using this. If at any time one of you feels that you want to leave the island, all you have to do is call me, and we'll come and get you. As an added incentive, you will also receive a free pass to the next episode. Tempting offer, isn't it? The other 4, however, will have to remain on the island, and the group, naturally, will win nothing. Meanwhile, John and Ollie will be joining me here on the boat. They'll eat a luxury meal and sleep in a comfortable bed.
Well done. We've done all the hard work.
And what have they done today?
But remember, any one of you can join them at any time. All you have to do is call. Is everybody clear?
Yeah.
Then let's go.
Good health. Cheers. The reason we are, of course, doing this is that alcohol lowers the body temperature, and therefore they really couldn't be... If they had it in there, they'd be tempted to drink it. I mean, it would be a shame. Good health. Well done, Ollie.
Bye.
Bye, Claire.
Sit on that. You sit on this here. Sit on that.
Is that them in that boat there?
That's them in that boat.
How you doing? You got a nice catch, aren't you? Cheers, okay?
Yeah, cheers.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourselves and stay together.
Yeah. Here they go. Paddle, paddle. Paddle, 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 paddle.
From me and John, we love you.
We love all of you. Come on, paddle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
David, I'm not supposed to you can do with the hand, can you? I've got the bag of fish.
Oh, your mother! Just stay there, Joe.
You've got a kit on.
Stay there.
Oh, thank you.
Tell you what, guys.
Can't believe this.
You all laughed at me for having this.
Come on, put your back into it.
We've had a few drinks. We're not
Drunk in charge.
Get on the end of it. That's it.
Oh, well done, sir. There you go. Sprightly. What do you think? I think you'll be happier in this one.
They're going to have a very comfortable night.
Really?
Yep.
Have you had a good day?
You see our palace we built for them?
It looks pretty sturdy from here, I have to say.
Shark repellent. Fantastic. Sponge.
On the island, the light is starting to go, and the temperature is dropping.
Make yourself at home. Yep. Food and drinks are prepared for you. If you'd like to move through to the living room.
If only we could believe that.
Trust me, John.
Do the mackerel. Mackerel is the best. That's what I thought.
With only fish on the menu, Joe's decided to skip dinner.
You're not hungry?
No, this would be great.
Do you like fresh fish?
Depends how it's cooked.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Glenn.
Good health.
Cheers, John.
Good health.
This is the life, eh?
I truly feel sorry for them. You've got to sleep in here tonight, John.
Oh, it's tough.
Have you seen your berths?
No.
Fantastic. No expense spared, 5-star. They'll just be tucking themselves into their tarpaulin by now, I think.
It's actually really nice.
Yeah, spot on. Sarah's a brilliant cook.
Yep.
Awesome job filleting the fish.
Sorry, darling, yours went for too long.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm
Just go and sit in the lounge and we'll be out in a minute.
just put TV on you.
We were going to build an entirely separate tent for Zai.
Were you indeed?
Yeah.
Was that on account of his snoring?
Yeah.
Your trousers, Joe?
I took these off. I had my shorts on.
Alright.
So I had change of clothes, very well prepared.
Oh, inside information.
Ah, yes.
Thinking.
There you go. Could be.
Where is Zon?
He's got no humour tonight.
Zai is clearly not happy. Fearful that he might use the mobile to escape and thus lose the money for the group, David and Sarah have split the mobile. He's got the battery, she's got the handset. Possible sabotage is also on Joe's mind.
It gets harder when you get tired to observe other people's body language and strategies that the mole might be using.
A camera is set up so the contestants can speak their minds all through the night.
Good evening. We're looking like today.
fish scum all over trousers, blisters on hands from a very, very hard afternoon.
My hands are really, really sore. I've got blisters and fish spines in my hands, and it was really hard going.
I was concerned about working back with Jo because we do slightly clash, I think.
Zara was brilliant. Just no fear at all of handling those crabs and lobsters.
There were occasions when I was tugging up pots and she was getting a drink of water and I was just wondering what on earth was going on.
Fishing was good fun. I enjoy fishing but can't touch the fish.
I mean, it was down to me to dehook every single fish. Dave's excuse was, well, I can't handle live animal. If it's dead, that's no problem.
But it was incredibly amusing to watch Zai handle the fish, and we p***ed ourselves watching him.
When we first finished fishing, we were so cold and smelly, and as soon as we turned the corner by the islands and you see some kind of makeshift camp, you just say, oh God, I know what's going to happen now.
We were told that we'd go for a cruise, so I guess that's another thing that's off lately. People saying one thing and we're doing another thing, so it's good old mind games back in action.
John did a brilliant job building the enclosure, and if he hadn't been there it wouldn't have been nearly as good.
I think both of us were a bit disappointed not to be on the island ourselves. Felt as though we were a little bit out of it.
When we were getting to the island, they were leaving the island, they were actually toasting us with the champagne. Ollie told me that it was our champagne. A bit out of order what they've done, really. They were just gloating in our misery, really.
It's really quite cold now. My jeans got really wet in the water coming on the island, so I'm down to wearing Zai shorts with my own shorts underneath. And hopefully we'll be warm enough for this evening.
We were very cold. Sarah, being a chef, was fantastic. She just picked the fish up, went and gutted them, and we're back frying within a couple of minutes.
Group seems okay. Zai's a little quiet tonight and I think a bit annoyed. I don't think he's ever camped before, so this will be a new experience for him.
It's just alien to me. I've never really done it before. I've camped out once in my life and that was about it with my mates, but this is a whole new ball game.
Zai has turned up with a spare pair of trousers.
And Zai was the only person to have a complete change of clothes. And I asked him how he was so perceptive to bring a spare pair of shoes, and it wasn't too much of a convincing answer.
And we have got a get out clause, whereas if one of us don't like it, then we can always pick up a phone and speak to Glenn.
I don't think anybody's going to get off now because I've got the battery, so we won't be doing that.
Others have said that we'd talk about it, but if I want to pick up the phone and speak to Glenn, then I'll pick up the phone and speak to Glenn regardless of what anyone says.
We should have left some more chocolates behind, and that bottle of champagne, I'm rather annoyed about that, so words will be said to Ollie and John tomorrow.
Yeah, it'd be alright if there was a McDonald's on the island, but there isn't, unfortunately. Then again, I think I've gone off fillet fish burgers.
Night, Zai.
Good night, mate. See you tomorrow morning. Yeah, let's see everyone tomorrow morning, nice and happy. Doubt it, but you never know.
Good night. See you in the morning. Looking forward to 7 o'clock.
Cheers, guys.
Good night, everybody, and sleep tight.
Good night.
Good night, sleep tight.
It's the end of the first week on the Mole. The contestants have now been together constantly for 7 days, and much has happened. On the island and on the boat, it's a time for each of them to reflect and review all the evidence in the continuing hunt for the Mole. Jennifer's week started badly, with her initial reluctance to jump out of the plane, followed by the apparent mistake, which cost the group £10,000 in the hostage game. Although she was quick to blame others in the golf, she answered her question incorrectly.
Salt and pepper? No.
And in the maze, when the directions were crucial, suddenly Jennifer couldn't tell her left from right.
Right, run to the left.
Oliver selected an unlikely item he thought was left out of his bags in the baggage game.
Black socks.
And subsequently failed. In the hostage challenge, his phone suddenly and mysteriously couldn't get through to Zai, even though the number was pre-programmed. In the food challenge, he, along with David, failed to concentrate, to the annoyance of Jo. Then he selected the wrong wine. And in the maze, he came close to losing £15,000 by turning round and heading back into the maze and towards the hunters, having got within feet of the exit. David failed miserably at the golf challenge on a straightforward sports question. Along with Ollie, he seemed to treat the wine challenge as a big joke. And at the rally, at times of tension, he pressurized Jennifer and Joe by shouting out instructions to both. Zai made a wrong guess at the baggage.
Levi Combats.
Yet diverted attention by talking about Gloria not packing his pants.
I have no underwear.
He too was wrong at the golf. And despite his initial confidence, wrong on the food challenge. And in the rally, when time was really pressing, suddenly he couldn't operate his wrench. Sarah started so promisingly on the golf, but then suddenly she lost her touch. She struggled giving Ollie clear directions in the maze, and also didn't appear too concerned when the £5,000 food challenge was lost.
You win some, you lose some.
Joe has been a distant figure. She took the blame for losing the rally game, and like many others, failed her golf question. And Zai was worried about the quality of her maze directions. And finally, there's John, a born leader. He wasted time by taking the helicopter the wrong way after a phone call to a contact. He failed to remember who founded Jersey Zoo.
No idea.
And he failed badly with Paul in the maze. Also, John has been responsible for what could be the most clear act of sabotage. By shouting out during the food challenge, he guaranteed both Zai and Jennifer would fail. Suspicions about all contestants are rife, but only one of them is the mole. 5 of the contestants have been set the challenge to sleep rough on an island. To succeed and win £10,000, they have to make it through to 7 a.m.
Morning, James.
Morning.
Good morning.
He's made an effort this morning.
Yeah.
Couldn't decide
Thought
what
I'd
to
get
wear.
dressed up for you this morning.
Morning, Sarah.
Joe's I said last night. It's like sleeping in a crisp packet.
On inside.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Glenn.
Morning.
Wow, you did it. My phone
Didn't ring all night. Consequently, I had an excellent night's sleep.
I hope you can say the same.
No.
Oh, no.
Yes, say yes.
Congratulations, £10,000.
It's now yours. Well done.
That bit's good.
Thank you, yeah.
I'll bet you're ready to get off the island now, aren't you?
Yes, we certainly are.
Well, the good news is we have a challenge for you. And this one is worth £5,000.
Tell me not doing
Now, all of the materials that you need to get off the island have been given to you.
With them, you must reach this boat
Within 2 hours, without getting wet above the waist. If at any time you
feel you want us to come and get you, then all you have to do is call me.
and we'll come and get you. Of course, the £5,000 will disappear, but a nice warm
boat awaits.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Initially, both Joe and Jennifer want to refuse the challenge. They have to search the island for equipment.
Oh, someone's here. Dave?
What?
Was there, I don't know what the hell it is.
You what? That's all.
Yes! Look for unusual rock formation! Got it!
Zai has found a boat. But there's two problems.
Sire! Come back to the campsite!
It's heavy.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's got a big hole in it.
I can see one here already. Yeah, puncture here.
Has it got holes in?
No, just big rips.
Where's the rip?
It'll be alright.
Is that the only one?
Well, there'll be no till we blow it up.
Surfaces must be completely dry before application of adhesive. Apply 2 coats of adhesive to the patch and the surface to be repaired. The repair should be left for at least 12 hours before inflation and except in emergency when only a temporary repair is required.
Have a look down the end of it.
Too much, otherwise it'll not dry.
Joe's so impatient to escape, she ignores the repair instructions.
It says dry.
Wait till it's dry before you
It
stick
said
it.
dry. Well, don't take it off now. Yeah, no.
Looks like air's going in. Yeah.
How's it going, Ken?
Really well. How's it going over there?
High and dry over here. How long do you think you're going to be?
A couple of days by the way things are going right now.
You've had half an hour so far, so the clock is ticking.
Have we got dry clothes when we arrive?
All modern conference are here when you get here. All mod cons on this boat.
Do we have dry clothes when we arrive?
I'm afraid that kind of information is given on the need-to-know basis.
We need to know.
Having inflated half the boat, they head to the beach.
Yeah, bring up this 3.
There's 2 brown ones and a white one, isn't there? What's this like to pedal faster?
Pedal?
Paddle.
We're all in a little huddle, looking slightly up.
How will we sit in the boat?
Time is running out when disaster strikes. They discover another hole.
Look, I think this bank's going down. We need to start making case, chaps.
Well, there's another leak in it.
Light people. There's another leak in it. There's another leak in it. There's nothing we can do now. We need to go.
Well, we're going to get wet.
We need to go.
Right, let's go then.
We're going to get wet.
Well, we're going to get wet.
No, I mean like...
It doesn't matter. Because we're not going to make it anyway. It's going down. Can we get in? Can we get in, please?
Yeah, look as though they're all in it.
They're happy bunnies.
They have to get to the main boat without getting wet above the waist.
Come on, guys!
But their boat is shipping water.
They're sinking. They're not sinking, are they?
They're getting a bit wet there. Getting a bit wet on this side. I'm afraid the port tube looks a little bit
It does. It looks like they might be going down on that side.
Right, no, come on, let's carry on until we get to the end.
I just touched the boat. Clear the fumes.
Get the road ready for
Diesel fumes!
Joe, pull us up.
Get the road, get the road!
Come on, your toes.
We're amazed we didn't get wet.
Don't anybody fall in.
Fantastic. Well done.
I really didn't think we were going to do that.
I don't think you're going to do that. No, you're fine. It's coming.
How much? We made 20 grand in 2 days. You two done
Well, guys, you did it.
Yeah, nice one.
Another victory against the sea, another £5,000. That makes an incredible £70,000 in your kitty. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a 100% record in this episode.
Perhaps the mole never found their sea legs.
Now, we have the elimination later today, so give that some thought. But for now, it's time to celebrate, and the drinks are on me.
Breakfast is served, and the group have another treat in store.
In my mind, I had it all planned out. I'd get the phone by talking to him or physical violence, which I was prepared to do because I hated it. I absolutely hated it.
None of us would even have contemplated making that phone call.
If there was another way off the island, then I would have taken it. I'd have even swam to the boat.
Zai was very upset. I mean, for someone that's the life and soul of the group and such a comedian, he sat on that rock all last night and didn't say a word. And whenever he did, it was just obscenities.
I mean, I have to admit, I did alienate myself a little bit by just sitting on the rock and contemplating.
Zai, I think on reflection has enjoyed himself, but he sat around a lot moping for a long time, snored very loudly.
The lads were busy sorting out the camp. I mean, China was sat in a tent reading up on how to give birth in emergency situations, which really wasn't very helpful.
We knew it was just a few hours, and if we huddled up, you know, we'd keep warm.
Well, we got up at 5 because we just couldn't bear the cold any longer, and it was starting to get daylight.
At first I thought, I really don't want to do this. I was quite happy. I was going to say I'm quite happy to forfeit the 5,000.
We're stumbling around the island trying to find some boat or whatever it was to get us off the island. And I was at the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh, it. We're going to get soaked anyway. We're not going to get the 5,000, so what the hell?
Zai was fantastic. I mean, for someone who was so quiet all night, and I think his sole intention was to get off that island as soon as possible. I mean, he was running around like a madman.
We got the paddles and we made it actually, all 5 of us, and it was slowly sinking. No, not even slowly, it was sinking fast actually.
Oh, we were fully prepared for swimming in that water. I mean, Jen and I had taken all of our fleeces, underwear off in preparation for when we got on the boat when we were soaking.
Well, you know, Bollinger's so overrated. It wasn't much fun in the boat going through the champagne and the rum and the wine. I'm still feeling a bit rough today for it.
I think Ollie's swinging towards the Moley. Yesterday, when Ollie packed up about Sea Scouts, Ollie said straight away, yeah, I'll do it. I didn't know Ollie was a seagoing person, you know what I mean? It just seems a bit strange.
My main suspect is split between Zai and John.
Well, I only had the one person I was with for the last 24 hours, so limited opportunity to observe. Just purely had Ollie.
I've got 3 suspects now. I've got one who's top of the list and 2 are sort of closely behind them. David and Ollie are in 2nd place and John is in top place at the moment. It's the mole.
It was very suspicious that Zai arrived with a change of clothing, including shoes, onto the island. Zai managed to get his shoes for everything and suddenly miraculously have a change of shoes, everything.
I mean, obviously Zai is my prime suspect. And I think even if he is the mole, he was obviously so annoyed. I mean, he told me last night he'd never camped in his life and the only time he had, he'd run home cold.
With Zai, I'm afraid. The guy's from Afghanistan. He's lived out in the elements. He knows what it's like to be a survivor. If he can't survive a night on an island, then, you know, he's putting on a front, I think.
The questionnaire is all about the activities and identity of the mole. The person with the least correct answers will now be eliminated.
Well, guys, an excellent 2 days. A 100% record, £20,000 added to your kitty. Well done. Only the mole was all at sea. £70,000 now rests in your kitty. That's down to your courage and your teamwork. But now that team, as you've known it, is no more. Now one of you must go. The elimination has begun. Who wants to go first? Sarah. Ollie? Zai? Joe? Who's next? John? John, we have to go.
John. Hey.
Cheers,
mate.
See you
later,
mate.
mate.
Good luck. Thanks. Bye, John. Good luck.
See ya.
Is that your last?
Yeah, that's not.
Come on, I'm coming out with you.
For the dad of the group, being the oldest guy, it's obviously quite hard for him. But he's a really nice guy and obviously quite a strong character, and he's slightly impatient in his ways, but I think we all bonded to him really well, and he's such a lovely man, such a lovely man.
Father figure, hell of a lot of character. He's been around, he's seen a lot of things, and nothing seemed to be a problem. I think you could put your money on him every time. He was always going to do it.
What do you think you'll remember the most, mate?
Parachute jump.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
great.
quite something,
Yeah, great.
wasn't it?
Yeah, great. And also the charity. The donkey ride. Really good. Really good. Yeah.
He's very, very easy to chat to, very pleasant. And, you know, full credit to him for doing something like this.
I didn't see John as a father figure. 'Cause to me, he was just like the rest of us, just here for a good laugh. He's going to be very sorely missed.
How do you think they'll get on without you?
Fine, fine. There are plenty of good characters up there. They'll do well.
Do you think they'll look after you?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
I'm
I hope
sure
so.
they did.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm sure that they did.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure
Good luck,
knowing
Glenn.
you.
Good night.
Thank
Cheers
you.
now. Bye-bye.
Take it easy, John. Thanks for being with us.
Next week on The Mole. The chase heats up.
The fact that it's on a boat is a clue.
Need some of that dimensional thinking, John.
Sick.
And for the team, it's war.
I'm hit! She'll learn a lesson from this one. She really will.
You can see all that on Friday at 8, and if you visit channel5.co.uk/The Mole, you could win a Land Rover Discovery and some other fabulous prizes.